Since people have been asking, this will be the walkthrough video. I'll be doing this on every single MoC and every single flaw that is asked, but for now, I will do it on this MoC, the next MoC, and for Acheron. And then maybe if people still care about Welt Sustain afterwards, I'll do it there. Maybe they'll ask for it in Pure Fiction, but I'd recommend other comps there instead. But here we go. Okay, this will be MoC 10 versus Kafka, and I'll walk through what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. I brought down specifically because he is most comfortable here, but I'll also bring Reassure later. Now, my Welt Sustain build, I've got him on the pure support build. You'll know what that means if you checked out my how to gear him before. And this means that he is always going to imprison the enemy every time he walks. I am as comfortable as I can be. Now, to go through a rundown of how I'm going to do this, I'm going to give you step by steps. So first of all, what can I do on the first wave? Who do I dislike and what can I allow and disallow? Can the dog attack me? Yes, the dog isn't a problem. Can the TV attack me? No. Losing energy is too big of a drain. Can the monkey do an action? No. The monkey's first action is to do a big attack. Well, not a big attack, but an attack that does a lot of damage. That is fine. His following action is summoning. We cannot allow that. You can allow, I've done videos where I have let him, but it's incredibly uncomfortable because summoning is just a pain. So, I have to, if I can, I'm going to stop the monkey from summoning, period. It's not comfortable and I don't want to let it happen, so I will not let it happen. Now you'll know what I'm doing here if you also watch the Gearing Welt video, but now that I'm able to advance forward well, I'm able to do some things. And now, turn skipping. Right now, normally, the monkey would summon dogs, be a problem, and if I let him take a turn after that, he would do even more damage and then become unable to be reduced in toughness. The monkey is an enemy I cannot let him allow to take a turn, so I will not let him allow to take a turn. With enough effect hit rate against an enemy that does not have CC resistance, I will always imprison. And now the monkey is sent to the next cycle, just like that. No gimmick, not allowed to do anything, he attacked once. And now that I'll toughness break him, he gets reduced again. Now, this is the part where it gets a little bit tricky, and that's because I want to enter the next wave with Welt's Ultimate. Sometimes you don't care about entering the next wave with Welt's Ultimate, but this time I do because there's another monkey there, as well as Kafka, and Kafka's a bigger problem than the monkey. So I'm going to keep this monkey alive. And while I'm keeping this monkey alive, I'm going to farm him for skill points. The monkey could take an action. What are we going there? Oh, and Blaze, but that's fine. With this much, a single Welt skill will give me my ult back, so that is fine. I delayed the action long enough, I can do what I want. Now, we're in a worse situation here because I don't want either of these two to act. But, if I can only turn skip one of these characters. So I will prioritize turn skipping Kafka, because Kafka's dominate can end the run. Whereas with enough firepower, the monkey's summons will not be a problem. It is a priority to deal with Kafka though. So I'll have to let them both attack me once, and I have to let the summons happen. That's completely fine. I have to allow this first hit, but I cannot allow her to dominate. If she dominates, everything goes down. The annoying part is one of these dogs is incredibly fast. But, done. The monkey is now toughness broken. He gets sent back 2 cycles. He will not act again. The dogs will act, but that's completely fine. Some very nice Welt sustained numbers as well. For the rest of this run, I actually do not need to use Welt again. Due to how Welt sustained works, these enemies, specifically the monkey and Kafka, will not act again. Welt's job is done. He can use basics for the rest of the run he wants. I'm on a pure support build, so that is exactly what I'm going to do. It's not like he's going to do damage. But if you were on a DPS build, you could be spamming Welt skill all the time. Especially with Sparkle hopping down out here. Due to Welt sustain, these two are just not acting, as you can see. I think Kafka might actually be... Yeah, Kafka got sent back 2 cycles. She acted once and she can only act again 2 cycles later. There's nothing they can do. Who I can choose to attack here, I don't really mind, or I don't really care. I think I'll attack Monkey, so then once this enemy dies, he will apply vulnerability to Kafka. So she'll take more damage. Yep. Again, it's not as if they can do anything about it. Oh, the reason why she's now acting within the cycle is because the dog also gives her a speed buff. Again, not a problem. She cannot act, she cannot do follow-up, she cannot do anything. Because I targeted the enemy, because I targeted the monkey to not summon, he got delayed long enough so I could toughness break him. Once he's toughness broken with Welt sustain, they are not coming back. The reason, and the second wave, I had to prioritize who to turn skip. I found Kafka's dominate to be worse than the monkey's summons, so I decided to turn skip her. If you want the reverse, then you can turn skip the monkey instead, but then you'll have to deal with Kafka's dominate, and that leads to other problems. Regardless, I had the freedom to choose who to turn skip, and I prioritized the worst enemy. Once Welt did his job of turn skipping and using his ult, he can basic for the rest of the... Yeah, he can just basic. Because that's all he needs to do. Once his slows and his imprisons land, the enemy will not be acting. She got delayed by 2 cycles and Ruan May's debuff is still on her. So she'll be delayed further. And if I wanted to, I can get Welt's ult back again and then she'll get delayed further. There is just no chance Kafka can do anything. It's just once you maximize when to use Welt's ult and who to target, the enemy cannot touch you. Okay, this is MoC 11 and this is where we get to the the most annoying part. Because Sam is CC resistant. Well, he is 50% CC resistant, which means that it will be so much harder for a regular CC to land. Whether it be a weakness break or it will be implanted or a chance CC like Welt's ultimate, Misha's ultimate, March's ultimate, Gepard's skill, all that other stuff. Because of that, I had to swap from Pearls that Welt was onto Tutorial. As you can see, there's also no defense shredders, so the only thing Tutorial is doing for me is giving me some base stats and the effect hit rate. I'm sitting at 110% effect hit rate right now. I'll walk through what I'm doing the exact same way, but this is much easier with down IL for obvious reasons than with Ratio. But I'm going to go through it with Ratio as well, because I feel like it'd be nice to. Okay. Exact same deal here. I could save Welt's ult, but well, the annoying part with doing this with Ratio is now that I don't have Pearls on, I do not have maximum debuffs all the time, which is incredibly annoying. I do not actually have to turn skip anyone on this wave. None of these enemies are... Maybe Chainsaw is a problem. This enemy is the only enemy I'm aware that has 190 speed. Well, Sid also has 190 speed, but this is the only elite enemy I'm aware that has 190 speed. So you need to prioritize beating him because he will come back twice as fast. In fact, while weakness broken and Welt ulted. Oh, never mind, he's not as fast as I thought here. Yep. Okay. So our priority target is the direwolf or chainsaw. Just, I'll be farming these enemies just for skill points from now on. Skill points, ultimates, everything. I'm not crazy for doing this, by the way. I could have killed him a cycle earlier, but I'd like to start this cycle with more stuff going on. Now, obviously, none of these have a full 100% effect hit rate, so if anything, I'm going to target the TV, because at least I can toughness break the TV. This isn't about launching Ratio's follow-up, it's about gaining more energy and also dealing with the TV early. If the TV attacks, all my energy is gone. I'm going to target Sam here because I'd like Sam to be slower, but it's both Sam and Direwolf, that's the problem. Now that I'm on Ruanme's turn and now that I'm going to start doing damage, I'll use her ult here. Now the interesting thing is I'm going to hold on to Welt's ult. The reason is because I want to save it for when Sam is in his combusted state. Once again, I'm just going to be dealing with the TV here. I'm going to tank this here. Okay, I'm combusted, sir. 70% chance for the imprison to land. If it lands, I will be set. And it lands. Okay, this is how we're going to go from here. Sam, now that he got kicked out right now, he will not use his ultimate. If you remember what I talked about before, you'll know what I mean. But Sam will not use his ultimate. I'm immediately going to get Chainsaw out of the equation. If Chainsaw's damage is more than Sam's, if Chainsaw continues to attack, I'm screwed. Chainsaw's gone. I'm completely safe like this. Completely safe. He cannot kill me. Oh, Ruanme's ult is down. Do you know what, I'm going to use this. He still has 3 debuffs on him, and Sam will not use his ultimate. And because of all what I mentioned before, I can now safely toughness break Sam. Oh, unlucky non-crit. This gives me all my skill points back. And lets me just do whatever I want. He has vulnerability, he has everything. And because he also has Ruanme's action delay and all the other stuff on him, he will be pushed back again. But mainly because he has the vulnerability, this will do a lot of damage. And I will once again push him back. There we go. And yeah, he's dead from the MoC debuff right here. Ratio was not the most optimal here, but even due to other factors, such as the first wave being not very nice, and Ratio having to split his damage, this was flawless. So long as the imprisoned debuff lands, I'm good. Okay, round 2 with Daniel. You'll see things very different, and that's because Dan, as a blast character, has a much more comfortable time against multiple targets. And plus, Dan kinda counters Sam entirely. I don't need to toughness break him, I just need to have Dan act twice. And that's what you'll see. Once again, target direwolf, no one likes him. Okay. And a very interesting part. As I've said before, you want to wait until the enemy is taking their turn or after their turn for the maximum pushback you can get. Direwolf was taking his turn. If I was to toughness break him now, that's the maximum pushback you can get. But for now, I'll target the next enemy because I just don't want the target. Because I have the option to and the ability to save Welt's ult for the next wave, I will. There's no reason to use it now if I don't have to. If I need it to make the run more comfortable, such as when I was with MoC before, or when I was with Ratio because there's multiple enemies, I would have, but I don't need to. So Welt can just be an SP bot really. Max skill points and down, who would have thought? Hilariously, I'm in such excess of SP, but you want to target Sam here because due to Dan's blast, he will get rid of the TV for you. Once again, I'm going to debuff Sam in order to slow him down. I want to hope it hits Direwolf, but I'm okay if it doesn't. Once again, I'll be saving Welt's ult for Sam's combusted state. Well, I'm kind of too SP efficient right now, which is very, very hilarious to me. I'm going to weakness break Direwolf here, mainly because I just don't like him. I could get rid of TV, but I'm going to trust the MoC modifier to do that for me. Imagine being too SP efficient. Couldn't be me. Actually, I think I'll save the skill point. Yeah, once again, if this lands, I'm set. I think with down IL, I don't even care if it lands, but let's just see what happens. And it lands. This is just mission accomplished. Chainsaw will die to splash damage due to all the debuffs, being toughness broken for over a cycle now and everything else. There's just no need to really worry about anything. Oh, I could skill, but I'm going to base it. Mainly because I want to use Rome's skill here. Again, he cannot kill anyone. He cannot use his ultimate. And with this, no combusted, no ultimate. And now I've just got 3 skill points to use. I could min-max this in order to one-cycle Sam on this side, but I don't think I will, because that's not very relatable, is it? But yeah, so long as the Imprison on the ult lands, they just really can't do anything. And Sam has the second highest toughness next to Sid alone. And I almost did that with Dan IL. With Ratio, you see me get rid of this. There's just really no chance. And Sam has 190 speed, I just remembered. Sam has 190 speed and control resistance, and he still got absolutely destroyed here. He stood no chance. Sure, all my allies look like they're on low HP, but remember, I consumed skill points, so they just hurt themselves. Now you will note some very interesting things that I'll talk to you about. I'll do Ratio first and then down second. Although I'm sure you've seen me fight Sid enough times. Okay. Interesting fact number 1. CC, I've told you how good CC is. Well, another fact, the Automaton Gatekeeper does not gain stacks. I can spam as much skills as I want and he will not move. Oh, this is... I completely forgot. I have Welt on the wrong build. He still has tutorial equipped, so he has excess effect hit rate. I could be running pearls in order to increase my team's damage. I will not swap out right now, but that's what's going on. Another interesting fact, due to these enemies having 130 speed, with Welt's slows and Welt's ult and having Von Whack on, I don't even need to advance forward Welt here. He will get an act before everyone else. So he will get an act twice before the enemies act once. I very much want to get rid of the TV. Now the thing is, I want to wait for both of them to act. If you remember what I said, if I try to imprison them in between actions, or when they haven't acted yet, it would only push back a little bit. But if I ult after they've taken their turn, their action's already at the back of the auto list. Both of them imprisoned, both of them are sent cycles away. There's nothing they can do. Now unfortunately, I did get debuffed by the Automaton Gatekeeper. And I need to focus the Automaton Gatekeeper because he has 40% imaginary resistance. He will normally take a lot more effort to kill. So whereas usually with the amount of offense I have here, I'd focus down, I'd use ults on different enemies, I'm going to focus down the Gatekeeper. He is getting all my attention. Well, we'll accidentally tough this break him, so there's no need to worry about that. And this is the Gatekeeper dead. And he's got sent back 2 cycles, oh, sorry, 3 cycles. It would be actually 4 cycles due to Ruin May. Anyway, I can just farm skill points here, there's no reason to do anything else. I can kill him, oh actually, I can do something very fun. I'm going to send a gift to the next wave, which will be Ratio's follow-up. Very fun. Okay, I'm going to use Ruin May's ult here because I'm going to do some DPS right now. Let's see. Yeah, due to Ruin May, the amount of toughness, I could basically just break him before he acts once. But I think I'll rather split the toughness break right now. Oh, follow up. I did not care if I got that or not. Debuff supplied. In fact, it might actually be ideal. I'll skip this turn. Now, Gepard has CC resistance, but I don't care. Because he's being toughness broken here, whether the imprisonment lands or not, his action will be skipped. It does not matter if the imprisonment lands. But it did land anyway because I've got the effect hit rate build on, which is wonderful to note. And yeah, it's just over. There's literally nothing they can do. Gepard's got sent back 3 cycles already, and I could probably get another Welt ult in that time. There's really nothing they can do here. In fact, I could have had Welt on the DPS build, that's how well this is going. Oh, okay, well I'm missing pearls, so you won't be able to see maximum damage. But yeah. And an extra ult to spare. They stood no chance. Actually, while I'm at it, I might as well show you my builds, because this one's super easy to refresh and restart. My ratio build has remained the same. without signature. Same with Ruan Mei without signature. I am lacking break effect because I do not have memories of the past. It's a tragedy. Traces are like this. No E1, nothing. Now I'm using Von Mark on her to get her ult faster first and foremost, and second, in order to act before Sparkle does. Just for the extra bit of comfort. Sparkle build is on past and future, so yeah, I could be doing so much more damage if I had her signature. It's level 60 as well. If I had Bronya's signature on, but I'm going to leave it off for now. These are her traces, not even maxed yet, although I don't think I need to max them. E0, S0. And this is, well, he is accidentally on his effect hit rate build. Remember, the enemy is not defense reduced, so this passive is useless. I could have swapped to Sampo's LC and I would have done the same thing. I will swap right now to Pearls, though. These are his stats. He's on a pure support build, which means he is not meant to do damage. So, which is why his crit stats is atrocious, his attack stats I don't really care about. With Von Mark I'm full ER. The only problem is I don't have 4-piece Eagle set. If I did have 4-piece Eagle set, I would be using it. But I'm pre-farming for Acheron, so none of that stuff yet. Effective rate body, because pure support set, I don't need to care about anything else so long as I get that done. Defense orb, just to be comfortable, and speed boots. Remember, healthy amount of effective rate, only CC resistant enemies will be able to resist this. So I will be able to turn skip anyone I want. E0, S0. And down in Barbatulune, his build has remained the same throughout. E0, S0 again. Mediocre ratio, 8130. S5 her to LC. His traces aren't even maxed yet. I keep on forgetting to max his traces. But Acheron takes priority. His eyes relics. E0, S0. You'll see me do the exact same thing with down now. Exact same logic. But a little bit more comfortable due to being glassed. I apply slow on these two, so they get pushed back. And Will gets to act again. I could advance forward Welt, and I think do I have to? I don't really have to, do I? Yeah, I do not have to. Due to Welt acting again anyway, I can just do this. Low damage. And then with his basic debuff applied. This is fine, I'm length and hit me. And then I go. And then they all get sent to the next cycle. Well, they were already slowed enough. But this guy got sent 2 cycles away. Skill points. Oh, I'm in excess of skill points. This is rather fun. Okay. Now, I do want to get Welt's ult back, so I'll be spamming his skill here. Now normally I wouldn't even do that, because normally the enemy would be toughness broken, but the Automaton is imaginary resistant. He will act again and he will be a right pain in the butt. Oh, I could do something very fun. I could do something very, very fun. Okay. Well, first of all, Down doesn't have as much single target damage as Ratio, which is why I'm in this predicament. I killed the enemy to the right by accident, whereas Ratio would have killed the imaginary resistant enemy already. This means, unfortunately, maybe due to bad crits. Oh, he resisted Welt's technique due to being CC resistant. I am perfectly fine with that, as surprising as that may be. Should I just get skill points or should I get energy? I think I'll get skill points. I'm kind of free to do that. Gepard cannot kill me here, so I can just let him attack. I have no problem. Oh, now that's a little bit annoying. I had faith he wouldn't kill me, but that was close. The imprisonment did not land, but that's okay. It is very annoying, but we have to make do with what we get. And that's what Ruined May is here for. To toughness break him anyway. And there we go. These two get action delayed. Gepard is slower. Oh, he should get action delayed further. But anyway, Gepard's going to act the cycle after this one, so there's no need to worry about him, and there's 10 stacks of embassy. Still rather unlucky about that scenario, but that's fine. And we can end it on a fully buffed down. Everything perfectly within calculations.